Ever wanted to turn your logo into a full-blown character? In this quick tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to slap your logo on a body in Photopea. Before we begin, I highly recommend you guys make a few different variations of the character. So like one pointing left, one pointing right. As you can see in my past two videos, I've used a few different variations of them to avoid being repetitive, and it just helps when it comes to editing. You're better off just making them all in one go. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you want to click on new project, and for the size, I'm going to go with this one, Insta Portrait. You pretty much just want it to be taller than it is wide, and then click create. Next, we need to get a picture of a person, and it doesn't have to be a guy in a suit, although it's pretty cool. It could be any person, and you just got to slap your logo on it. So I'm going to use a guy in a suit because it's cool. If you haven't seen my last video, I highly recommend watching it because it will show you exactly how to get rid of this background right here. There's two different ways you can do it. I'm going to go with the easier method, and I'm going to go up to select, remove BG. If it doesn't work, go ahead and do it again. Now it looks flawless. Let's go ahead and hit Control-Alt-T and scale them up pretty much to fit the entire box. Leave a little bit of headspace. Next, we're going to cut his head off. So go ahead and get your zoom tool and zoom in on his neckline. Get your pen tool over here. Start on the outside of his neck and left click to make points and hold left click to curve the points. And you don't have to be perfect. I go a little bit in. Next, just click outside of them. It doesn't matter how it looks. Connect back to the start and click selection up here. Click OK. Make sure this layer is selected and click delete on your keyboard or the backspace button. Click OK up here and do it again. And now his head is gone. So that's what it looks like currently. Next, we need to get our logo in this project. So if you have your logo as a PNG, go ahead and drag it in. If you don't, you're going to have to remake it, unfortunately. So I'm going to make mine real quick. And if yours starts to do this, where it's like you could still see the outline that you just made, go to your pen tool again, click selection and click Control D. Okay, I have my logo. I'm just going to scale it up. You want it to be pretty big. You can rotate it a little bit to give it some character and just sit it on there like it's his head. Like so. Now I'm going to change the background color to something else just so we can see it a little bit better. Also, you can see our character has a little outline around him. Let's go ahead and fix that. Go up to filter, other, and minimum, but make sure you have your character selected. Then adjust it to where it just gets rid of the outline. Click OK. Now we can work on the head. I'm going to change the color of the logo to white. So how I did that was I just double clicked on that layer, went to color overlay, click this box and changed it to white. Now we can remove this background, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little shadow just right here. So go ahead and click this new layer button at the bottom right and make sure it's below your character's layer. Next, get your brush tool, hold Alt and right click and adjust the brush. Then just draw a really dark shadow right where his neck was. Then turn the opacity down just a little bit to about 90. Now add a new layer again. Next, draw it across to be the shadow of the logo. Then right click on it and clipping mask it. That way it'll only be on the character. Now you can turn the opacity down quite a bit. Next, let's add the shadow to our logo. Right click on your logo, convert it to a smart object, make a new layer, right click on that new layer and clipping mask it. Now you can draw a little shadow on the inside of the text. I'd be pretty subtle with it. Now let's add another shadow behind the text. So make a new layer, drag it below your logo, and just draw a big shadow around the text like this. Now turn the opacity down quite a bit. This way it'll stand out on white backgrounds. So you can see we have our logo here and it's looking really cool. Look at that, guys. Come on. That is sick. So every time you're done with the variation, just delete your background so that it's transparent. Go to File, Export as PNG, and save. Now you can see this is what it looks like on a transparent background. Before you go, don't forget to check out my website for tons of bonus content like my exclusive courses, graphics packs, and socials like my Discord server. Plus the soon-to-be Cambit Academy. If you want to level up your designs even faster, consider joining the Cambit Creates channel membership. You'll get access to a folder packed with hundreds of effects, copyright-free music, and more to take your content to the next level. Hit that join button or check the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep creating.